Good morning. As folks are joining, we'll give folks a minute to join. As we shared yesterday, Danielle Ewan, who's been coming on the 9:30 call once a month with the federal updates, is sending kind of federal updates once a week by in writing. And so we have a folder in on the 9:30 call follow-up folder, and it's called Updates on the Federal Level, and we just add it by date. So you can, I'm going to put the link in chat, and you can read up. We usually get them on Fridays and post them on Mondays. Um, but you can read the kind of the latest from Friday. We know things happened over the weekend. Um, so I'll put that link in chat. But it's great to have folks from the Massachusetts Association for the Education of Young Children here with us this morning. Hello, Rachelle. Hello, Jill Flanders. Um, and so I will turn things right over to you, Rachelle. And if you have slides, you can share them. But as you know, our first question is for you to tell us a little bit about you and how you came to be in your current role.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. I've joined the 9:30 call for many times as a fellow educator and an advocate. I've been in the early childhood field for the past 10 years, and I wear many hats. I used to be a director of two programs, and I'm a mom to three kids. And since 2019, I kind of started my journey with professional development and in the past couple of years, advocacy and really entering the public policy sector of this field and hopefully soon the higher education as well. As a mother of three children, one of them with special needs, that's kind of what drives me to the work that I do, supporting the teachers, the educators on the ground. I love playing with the kids and also connecting with families. Being part of the families' journeys was my favorite thing, is my favorite thing in our field, to be able to be there when they're dropping off, when they're picking up, when you can tell that they're having a bad day, um, and you catch them in the hallway. That's the impact the early educators have, which directly impacts children and our future. And really, when you've worked in the early childhood field, you know that you're not just a teacher, you're not just a director. You are changing lives, you're changing the future. Even if it's just like, hey, do you need help? Or you look like you didn't sleep like last night. Is everything okay? And families that we serve, like all of us, go through a lot of things. We go through traumatic experiences. Sometimes we're just going through childbirth or having another child, uh, or getting a divorce. And as early educators, we go through these with the families and we support them, not just the children. Um, so 2 years ago, no, last year, I started as president-elect for MACI, the Massachusetts Association for the Education of Young Children. My favorite thing about it was really the connection and the partnership that I had access to fellow educators all across the state. I do live in Western Mass, so in Western Mass, we don't have we are amazing and I love Western Mass, but it was really eye-opening as to how much more there is for us to be involved in the early childhood field, the resources that are available, um, the people that are there to help, to support, the trainings. And that's kind of the doors that Macy opened for me. I am really excited and grateful to be here today as the president of the Massachusetts Association for the Education of Young Children. And I'm truly honored to be here. And I want to thank you, Amy O'Leary and Strategies for Children, for creating space for these vital conversations that move the field forward. Um, For those of you who don't know, Macy is the affiliate for the National Association of the Education of Young Children. And our mission is clear to support early childhood educators, elevate our profession, and ensure that every child in Massachusetts has access to high quality early education and care. As someone that has been in the field in Massachusetts, it has been amazing to really see the changes that are happening throughout the past few years and the quality of care that we have and the passion that not only our Department of Early Education, the state, everyone, the teachers, we have passion, and that's what drives us to always be going for more. Um, so in Macy, we do this by focusing on collaboration, professional development, public policy, and building strong partnerships across different sectors. Our work is really rooted in equity, educator voice, and the belief that early childhood education is both a workforce issue and a social justice issue. And it kind of goes with, I see all the work that's happening between the workforce at the state level, getting different departments together because it really is early education. Everyone needs to be involved, and that's a big part of our work. Through our committees, we have several committees. We do events, advocacy efforts. We offer opportunities for early educators and allies to lead, learn, and grow together. This was my and still is my favorite part of Macy. This year, we're especially excited to focus on cross-sector collaboration and community outreach. Those are my two big goals with the board as well. We are so lucky to have such an amazing board that is diversified, that's serving in different areas of the field across the state, family childcare, higher ed, center-based childcare, and all over the state as well. I'm looking forward to get to work with our board and to see our diversified interests, our diversified crazy ideas that we come up with. And we're like, okay, let's do it. Can we do it? Let's make it happen. That's really what it is. And then we know that transforming early childhood system takes all of us, educators, families, policymakers, advocates, health professionals, and more, working in partnership together. We are currently working on a number of existing initiatives this year to increase member engagement and connection across the state. One of them, which I will be slightly sharing about today, is we're in the process of creating a statewide directors coalition, or like PLC groups, which will then split into regional groups. And then hopefully to end it with the end of the year leadership summit. This is still in the works, and I am collaborating with a couple people in the higher ed field, and we're super excited to share it, hopefully in the fall. We also have two conferences that we know of that are happening. Our Western Mass Conference we shared yesterday will be happening November 11th at the Taconic High School in Pittsfield. Our RFPs are open now. If you would like to present, we invite you to do so. And if you are an educator or anyone in Western Mass, we would love to see you there. We would love you to join the conference committee to help plan as well and be a leading part of it. If you're looking for ways to engage, we would love to have you join a committee. We do have different committees. Our public policy committee works a lot, on public policy, advocacy, legislation. Last year, I did my first lobbying, which I had never done before, and it was a very interesting experience. And it was a lot of fun, but it was also very eye-opening. One thing that I noticed is you walk around the state house and you knock on doors and you're talking about it, and most of them would look at us and you're like, we know early education is on our agenda. But it's important to know that that's not the same case everywhere you go. We are truly lucky, and I think it comes because we have a lot of research, we have a lot of data, and we have a lot of people like Amy O'Leary and others that have really raised the voice of early education to make policy changes. Um, there's governance, a committee, which if you like bylaws, not but you're more than welcome to if that's something that you love. We also have our conference committee, which planning conferences. It takes a lot of effort to plan conferences, but it's definitely a learning experience. It's an amazing time to lead, to make connections, and to learn the little bits and pieces of what it takes to run a conference. We are going to be having a conference in April in South Shore. So if there's any South Shore people here, one of the things that we're trying to do is to kind of focus on different areas throughout the state. If you are in an area where you're like, we don't have anything here, feel free to email me and then we'll talk to the conference committee and maybe next year we'll be there. Um, Also, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to our newsletter. Last night I sent our first one. Our newsletter will go out once a month to stay up to date on events, training, advocacy actions. This year, our newsletter is going to always have a public policy section where we put all of our public policy updates or initiatives or invites. Same thing with our membership committee. If there are any membership events that are happening, our goal is to have membership events across different regions of the state as well. And of course, if you feel like you want to join us, we would love to have you as a member as at Macy. All of your expertise would be amazing. And my husband, I say, like, he's like, why do you do this? Why are you doing this to yourself? You just have to commit to so many more volunteer hours. I was like, you know what? Because why do we do it? Why are we here today? Because we care. Because we care about the field. Because we are an example to so many early educators across all the other states. And I'm proud to be here, not just as president of Macy, but as an immigrant who moved here at 16 from Lebanon. And I come from a place where we don't have early education. We don't have the services and the resources that are available here. And that pushes me even more as a mother, as someone that knows the other side of not having anything. And I come with appreciation to all of you, with all the hats that you wear. Keep shining. And I am going to pass it along to our Vice President, AmyBeth, who is also our Chair of Public Policy.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well on this hot and steamy Tuesday. Drink plenty of water, stay in your AC. So one of the committees that we have as part of Macy is the Public Policy Committee. And while we are very, very busy, it is a very exciting time to be involved in advocacy and public policy work. We work very closely with other advisory groups such as Strategies for Children and the Common Start Coalition. And it is because we are coming together and making our voices heard that we're able to get things done and make the field better for early educators and also for families, but mostly early educators, because we've been doing a lot for our families since the beginning of time. So it's time the educators get a little more recognition in this field and a few more breaks in the field. So, for example, right now we're the only state in the country that has any legislation specific to the field and budget line items with billions of dollars designated up the coming fiscal year for early education and care. And, while 1.7 billion sounds like a lot of money, compared to the entire state budget, it's really just a small percent, which means we need to be louder and prouder and continue asking for more, because what we have is definitely a huge step for progress and doing things better for the field and for all of us who work in the field. It's still not enough. We certainly want to do more to help more individuals open centers and get licensed and, increase more seats for those families that need it. We need better wages for our teachers. We need to be recognized that we are professionals. We're not glorified babysitters. So if you ever want to learn more about advocacy, or if you ever want to get involved, public policy meets every second Tuesday of the month. You can reach out to me personally. It's vicepresident@macy.org, and I can put you on my list. And I certainly want to hear from all of you if you have any initiatives or anything that you care about and want to see happen in this field.
Thank you, AmyBeth.
You're
I
welcome.
think I am going to put Marcella on the spot. I don't know if
Please
she'll
do.
let me. So Marcella was one of the people when I entered Macy, and I was like, who can I bring to this board? Who can I bring to this board? And Marcella, she has been with me since the beginning of my journey. She came and did PD to my staff many times, and she is just an amazing advocate for early education, Latino families, and she just had our Macy board meeting this last Saturday, and it was her first one. So, Marcella, I would love to hear your point of view and perspective and goals. And how did it feel?
Hi, good morning, everyone. An honor to be here. Thank you, Amy, for the space and for the invitation. I know that there is such a need right now for all our beautiful early childhood educators, but I'm thinking more of our brown and Black educators, family childcare educators, and I come with this passion and understanding and compassion, love for um, what it might feel to be all alone in this tragic moment of our country, and just come alongside, elevate voices, use those powerful narratives that we have in our educators, in our family childcare educators, their stories of who they are and resiliency. And I'm so happy to be part of this board and make some changes. And I was so super excited when Rachelle invited Paula and Harold and another family childcare educator, Felicitas. So there are so many family childcare representation at Macy, and that's really exciting, and that's such a change. And the other thing I want to elevate is just the languages, right? Like the accessibility to different languages. So having more documents being translated in Spanish or in Portuguese, right? That's something that we can very easily do to make sure that those voices, right, when they're getting a newsletter, their home language is there. And if we could do so many more other languages, well, you have an open invitation from Rochelle and the rest of us to come and join us. So thank you. It's again such an honor, and I'm looking forward to this very powerful and incredible year ahead of us.
And that's it, my friends. If anyone has any questions, any ideas, any initiatives, we are really open for any partnerships and support. A lot of us, again, are in the field, whether we're directors, family childcare providers, trainers. My goal this year was to really diversify our board and to diversify our collaborations and cross-sector collaborations. And this is where we are. We're strategic planning, and we are excited for our board to meet again and for us to get going for a great year of amazing collaboration and impact in the early childhood field.
Thanks so much, Rochelle. Jill Flanders, or do you want to add anything? I think, just the historical context of Mass AYC, right? To be,
And I had both of her grandkids.
oh my gosh, and all the
Yes.
connections. But just, and after Jill, Rochelle, I'd love for you to talk a little bit about what the relationship looks like right now with NAYC. But Jill, do you want to share any reflections?
I think it's a very exciting time for MAYC. We've been working to just get our own ship in order for the last few years, and Rochelle's leadership coming in at this point really has brought focus to that for the organization. We also kind of know that we have representation in the early childhood field all over the state in many different ways. And I think one of our subtext goals is to organize that somehow so you can find the place where you best fit. I've been working through a couple other organizations, as you've heard on the 9:30 call, in trying to find those places just so that you know that those in the field know what's out there. As Rachelle mentioned, she's pulling together as one of her goals directors so that they have a place to gather. There are small director groups in places already that don't even know about other director groups. So there's one of those things that I really think Macy can be very helpful in organizing. But the key point I think that Rachelle keeps saying is that we want to represent the diversity in the field, all of the different forms that early childhood care takes in this state and nationally, and that we're here to help everyone. And we're all volunteers, and we're
Yeah.
here to do it because it needs to be done, and it's the right thing to do. And in my heart, I had the wonderful opportunity to work with Marcella almost 9 years ago now, which is so weird. It seems like a blink of the eye. But to be back in the same group with these remarkable educators is personally rewarding for me as well. And I just realized I'm never going away. I just keep showing up.
And for those of you, Jill Flanders represented the elementary school principals on our original Early Education for All advisory committee way back in the day. So it's great to see you continue this work. Thank you, Jill. Rochelle, can you talk a little bit about the connection with NAYC?
Yes, so we are their affiliate in Massachusetts. I will be able to share more. So I am going next week to Washington. They're having
Okay.
their leadership um, kind of leadership conference. All of the affiliates will be there, and I'm really looking forward to learn more and to be able to proudly say that we are the affiliate of NAEYC, and we do have the President's Circle, and of course they through our affiliate contract, we do a lot of things in alignment with them and also in partnership with them. There is the NAUSC National Conference in November that is happening. If you would like to go, check out their website. A few of us will be going. It'll be my first national conference. Uh, Amy O'Leary, would you like to share? But I know you have a very tight connection with NAUSC, and I know that they were here a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Talking about what NAEYC has to offer. They play a huge role in advocacy and legislation and in keeping us up to date with everything that's going on and helping us align our mission and our vision. Of course, in Massachusetts, because it's the Massachusetts affiliate, our focus now, there's a lot of changes, even with the Department of Early Education and Care. We are proud to, be part of some advisory boards to be able to learn. We have to be up to date. We have to partner and collaborate with the amazing EEC staff when we are able to. And even having the opportunity to sit on those advisory board is amazing for us to know, like, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? Or what does that mean for the field? What will that mean for the staff, for the families? How do we make this the best transition? So the cross-sector collaboration that's happening in Mass is huge. And our alignment with our licensing, EEC is as our what do you call it? Licensing authority.
Yeah.
And then the government as a whole, our state, and all of our nonprofits, for-profits, all working together and collaborating. And
So
family
I
child.
added in the chat that in February, NAYC is going back to Boston, to
Yes.
Washington, D.C. for the Public Policy Forum. And NAYC has shifted this where before it was much more kind of uninclusive. Now this really is an inclusive experience. And there's a boot camp that NAYC puts on. As Daniel said, I do the first timers for people because, going to Capitol Hill is a little different than going to the Massachusetts State House. So we do kind of a one-on-one about that. You're with your state team and it's an incredible event to go. And it's a Sunday to a Tuesday. So it's not that much time to be away. But it's exciting. It's been in every other virtual in-person event since COVID. So it's excited to go. Yep, Nancy Lee. It was
We'd love to have people
yeah.
represent from Macy and to go as a big group.
That's right. AmyBeth, did you want to say something? Okay. Well, I just think, and then we heard from Danielle and Lauren that they're revising the code of ethics, which the draft should be out. Excuse me, the final should be out. I think the board was voting on it. And NAOIC is turning 100 years old in
Yes.
2026. We heard, I was at a presentation, and only 2% of nonprofits live to be 100 years old. So NAYC is certainly planning a year of celebration. In the book, there's a NAYC at 75. It's one of my favorite things. They have a timeline of kind of what was happening in the world and what was happening at NAYC. And sometimes the world is informing what we're doing, and sometimes we're informing the world. And I think it's just such an interesting way to look at things. Um, to think about, the position statements, as Rachelle said, all the support around professional development, to have an affiliate in every state is a definitely unique structure. So
And
thank you
then I
so
think I'd
much.
add if
Oh, go ahead.
there's any, I'll add one more thing. I know
Sure.
it's if there's any idea in your head where you're like, oh, maybe Macy could support, please feel free to email us. And if we can help in any way, again, we're all volunteers, but we run with passion and we'd love to collaborate.
Thank you so much. I also
Okay.
added, because you did have such a turnover in the board, I added the link for the board so folks can see who's serving. And Mass AYC certainly provides a lot of opportunities to volunteer, to learn new skills, to be part of an organization. So hopefully folks will take you up on that. Thank you so much to Rochelle and Amy Beth and Jill and Marcella for being with us this morning. And tomorrow is sharing the microphone. So if you have any updates, questions, reflections. Maybe we'd love to hear how the Crocs are or non-Crocs policy is going this summer. We can check in on that. And then on Thursday, we have folks from the Interagency Task Force who are joining us that will share an update from there. So thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great
So
day.
thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.